Apple is ready to embrace the dark side and kill off the app that started it all. I'm Jeff Fowler, tech columnist at The Washington Post, and I'm at Apple's annual tech conference, where it just unveiled a whole bunch of upgrades that won't cost you a dime. This year, there were lots of small but welcome updates, some of which were long overdue. Here are the 5 that most caught my attention and the areas where they left me wanting more. Goth is back. Dark mode in iOS 13 adds a black background to default Apple apps like News, Calendar, Notes, and Apple Music. Not only does it look kinda cool, it might save you a little battery life if you have an iOS device with an OLED screen, like the iPhone XS. There were also a few important privacy tweaks. On iOS 13, you'll get the option to share location with an app just once. I hope this becomes everyone's default. There is no reason to allow many apps to keep tracking you. Also, there's a new way to sign into apps for the first time using a privacy-protected Apple login. Instead of sharing your real email with an app, Apple will give them a random-looking one that forwards to your real address. Say goodbye to your least favorite Apple software, iTunes. Originally intended for the iPod, iTunes became a bloated, all-in-one manager for everything Apple, from music purchases to device updates. Now in the new macOS Catalina, Apple is breaking the software into 3 apps, one for Apple Music, one for podcasts, and one for Apple TV. Don't worry, you can still sync your iPhone with your Mac. That's now moved to the Finder. Also, long overdue, the software that runs the iPad is branching out away from the iOS that runs the iPhone. iPad OS, as it's now called, makes an important step forward to making everyone's favorite tablet actually replace a laptop. For example, iPads can now read external USB thumb drives directly in the Files app. And the Safari browser is now equivalent to the app for Macs, allowing you to interact with websites like on a desktop. Apple revealed 2 updates to health with the Apple Watch. There will be an app to alert you to dangerously loud situations, and there's a new app to track menstrual cycles, helping women stay on top of fertility. Do you really want to share such intimate information with Apple? Unlike some other period tracking apps, Apple says it will encrypt the information so nobody can peer in. Were you hoping to see something else? Let me know in the comments. I was hoping we'd see Tim Cook talk more about privacy, particularly protecting us from apps that track us without our knowledge. The iPhone needs a Do Not Track button. The final versions of all this software will be available in the fall. Now for all you eager beavers, there will be a public beta preview available in July. Just remember, it is beta, so don't put it on your everyday device.